Fan. Noun. An enthusiastic devotee, follower, or admirer of a sport, pastime, celebrity, etc. Origin, late 1800s Americanism, short for fanatic. Synonyms include supporter, enthusiast, partisan, booster, addict.
Got every Beatle record at home, every Beatle record. We didn't get to see it. What kind of police protection?
Got to keep those spiders off our back. Right with you, boss.
Starting with fanatic. Fan is short for fanatic. So somebody who is a fan is really into the thing on a level that approaches fanaticism. By that very loose definition of fan, we've had fans of somebody or something. I'm sure fire had fans when it first came on the scene. And then moving up through history, when we start to develop organized religions, I would say early adopters of new religions would be precursors to the kinds of fans we see today.
Sorry, one more time. You're not a fan?
I'm not a fan. If you're in this line where you are now, you're a fanatic.
Yes, a fan, but I'm also part of the Army.
Right.
To put out the hometown persona, and it's a great time to show just exactly how great the fans are important.
We camp out here, we enjoy each other's company, and then we cheer them on. Our voice will be gone in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I've met some of my best friends.
Exactly.
This line.
Jumping and screaming and kicking and yelling when we grow.
Many people are quick to make the connection between fan and fanatic. If we trace the etymology further back, it actually comes from the word fanum, Latin for temple. This is the same root from which we get profane or profanity. If we trace it back even farther to its Proto-Indo-European roots, fan is a distant cousin of the Greek theos, for God, and Latin festus, or festival.
Later in the 20th century, sort of post-World War II, when you start getting a more robust material culture, as we have a more material economy, fandom takes on a more material culture. And so kind of starting with Elvis and really accelerating exponentially with the Beatles, you get all the stuff that comes with fandom.
Well, it's just weird, like being a fan. I don't know, it just seems like the proper way is like, oh, I'm a fan of this band or this author, and I buy their stuff and I support them with money and that kind of thing, and I'll go to their events. That's like the proper, like a screaming Beatles fan and that kind of thing. It's like, that's the fan.
I hear people who I think are fans talk about things with a level of passion, like people talking about TV shows and movies and video games and books with a level of passion that I just don't empathize with.
Basically, I feel like if I see Jackie Chan on the street, I'll be like, hey, I'm a big fan. I haven't seen every one of his movies, but some movies I have seen I've enjoyed. And to me, I guess being a fan is just liking something more than other things.
Yeah, if there's like a spectrum of liking something, and on this end is hating it, and this end is being a mega fan, and somewhere in the 80% range is, okay, you're officially a fan at this point. I feel like I almost just always fall a little short of that.
Subcultures form around fan communities, and then it's a way for people to differentiate themselves from everybody else and find and create meaning that they feel that they own in a different way than mass culture.
Rocky Horror! Rocky Horror! I say picture, you say show! Picture, show! Picture, show! Rocky Horror! Picture, show! Rocky Horror! Picture, show! Let's go away!
Everyone will say it's like a family here. We're just a tight community. We've helped people, young people come in, they don't know who they are. They'll kind of figure out who they are by being part of the show. It's kind of a refugee for outcasts of the night.
Do you swear to uphold the divine trinity of sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
Am I a fan of Rocky Horror? Well, after watching it almost every Saturday for over 7 years, I can still sit through it and enjoy it. So whether it's just the nostalgia or I have a personal connection with it, I still enjoy it, yeah. I'm still committed. It's a life thing,
I've seen the movie at least a few hundred times for practice and for my own pleasure, so I think it's safe to say that I'm a big fan of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
The ability to be yourself is what's here. We don't judge. We make fun of everyone. We accept everyone in their own, and we support them, put them on a pedestal and say, hey, this is all right. Come, let's go.
I think that a fan is someone who watches, and I think I participate a little bit more than your average Rocky Horror fan, but I think that'd be a good word for it, a good starting point.
According to a survey, 96% of respondents identify as a fan of something. People reported a variety of reasons that would qualify them as a fan. 19%, for example, say that they regularly spend money on their interest. The highest, 27%, say that it simply ranks as one of their favorites. And when asked to define how accurately fan described them and how they relate to their interests, most people said that it was somewhat accurate, 4 out of 5. 27% of people said that it was very accurate, and 5% said it was not accurate at all, that the word fan itself was not important how they relate to their interests. The subjects of people's interest included
AC/DC or Elvis. I'm a fan of Nirvana.
Jeffrey Lewis.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Bouldering. Blazers. Basketball team.
We love One Direction!
RuPaul's Drag Race.
I am a fan of
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I got my Star Wars, I got my Harry Potter, I got my Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean. Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Just having a beer and relaxing.
I watched a lot of the Golden Girls. I don't know if that counts.
Counts if you want it to count.
I want it to count. I love the Golden Girls. I live for the Golden Girls.
For me, a fan is a fanatic, somebody who's really, really into it. And out of respect for the true fanatics, there's nothing that I identify with to that level. Any real fan community is going to consider me a poser or a wannabe or something like that, because I'm not that into it. I think it helps fans feel more special if there's a way to differentiate themselves from everybody else. Fandom, feeling special is a huge part of fandom. I'm into this thing, I identify with it, I feel better when I'm engaging with it, and it's special. It's not like everything else. Subcultures give people a place to go where they can belong, and in that sense are really valuable.